Just a good old-fashioned freestyle, you know, nothing fancy. You just spin your car and that's pretty much it. Once again, pretty standard. I'm pretty sure everybody here knows what an air dribble is, but this time you add some spins and then it's a freestyle air dribble. Only the elite Rocket League players can score this because it is very hard, especially in a real game. This is like the first step of learning freestyles. You can combine flip resets with pretty much everything and it'll just make it look cooler. So now we're combining the air dribble and the flip reset, kind of like a combo move in Mortal Kombat.
Arsenal! Arsenal! Arsenal!
This move was created by a pretty small unknown YouTuber. He goes by a Musty Cow. You may or may not have heard of him. But yeah, this has been around for a long time, so you've probably seen this before. This is just like a normal Musty flick, but now you delay the last part, which honestly makes it look way cooler, and it can actually fake out your opponent more than just a normal Musty flick. Once again, this is like a normal Musty flick, but instead of leaning forward with your car to get the Musty, now you lean back and do like a backflip into the Musty. This is also known as the Classy flick, popularized by the YouTuber Sir Classy, but I don't really know how to explain it other than to say it's literally a reverse Musty flick. And now I present to you the most useless flick in Rocket League, the reverse Musty flick, otherwise known as the napkin flick. Definitely one of my favorite moves in the game. It just looks so beautiful when you do it right. I mean, look at that. It's so gorgeous. Just like a normal BREEZI flick, but this time you're coming off the wall. Just as you thought the BREEZI flick couldn't get any more beautiful, if you delay the last part, it looks even better and is actually harder to save. In case the delayed BREEZI wasn't complicated enough for you, now you can add an air dribble at the end and make it 1,000 times more difficult. Everybody knows the ceiling shot, everybody attempts the ceiling shot, but guess what? Nobody actually scores the ceiling shot, especially not the plats. This is kind of like the next step after you learn normal ceiling shots, and it also makes them a lot more satisfying to score. Alright, we're starting to get pretty advanced here. We're combining two very hard mechanics, and when put together, they create one of the most satisfying ways to score in Rocket League. Oh, so that last shot wasn't satisfying enough for you. Okay, well, just add a double tap at the end, and boom, 10 times more satisfying to score. Weird name and a weird shot. You basically fall onto the corner of your car, which makes it pop back up, and then you can continue to do whatever freestyle you want. No, not like the pill. A plan B is just like the last shot, but instead you land under the ball, and if you do it right, you can actually get a pretty fast shot into the net. This is when you squish the ball into the backboard using your wheels, which immediately stops the ball and gives you a flip reset, which allows you to drop down and score the goal. Popularized by a musty cow, the Obama flick is when you point your car straight down, slide on the nose, then drop back down for some type of flick or shot. Why is it called the Obama flick? I don't know. Created by the freestyler Seba, it's basically a breezy to stall reset to upside down flick. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Cabbage Muncher. This is for the times where one flip reset just isn't enough. All you have to do is just add another one. This is for the times when 2 flip resets still isn't enough, so just add another one and make it 3. Why not? This is the same as the double flip reset, except now you use a stall instead of a flip. This is exactly the same as the double stall reset, just with one more stall reset.
Yes! Let's go!
One player takes it up the wall, passes it to the other side, and the other player scores it by doing some type of freestyle, usually from the wall. Same as the last one, but after you get the pass, you touch it to the backboard and go for a freestyle double tap. Very hard to do, but very satisfying. Once again, somebody passes it to you, then you freestyle pass it back, and the other person scores. So now you pass the ball, then they pass it back, then you pass it back, then they pass it back, and then you score. Every time you do a ground pinch, you must say thank you to Pulse Fire, the father of ground pinches. If you don't know who Cuxer is, this is him. He's the inventor of the Cuxer pinch, and you do this by rolling the ball up the wall, then flipping into it with your nose, which then pinches it and sends it flying into your opponent's net. It's done by basically doing a headbutt with your teammate and having the ball in between. Kinda like 2 wild goats. Once you know how to team pinch, if you do it right, it'll send one of you flying up in the direction of the ball, which allows you to keep boosting and go for a double tap after the pinch. I don't know, this move to me looks like some witchcraft voodoo shit. Like they had to cast a spell on their car to make it float and ignore gravity. I don't know, man, this thing is really weird. I don't understand it. This is like a normal redirect, but since we're talking about freestyles, you do need to be spinning or else it would just be a normal redirect, and nobody likes that. This is notoriously one of the hardest shots to hit in Rocket League, but you basically pass it off the wall to yourself, then redirect it right after the bounce. If you hit a shot like this in a real game, then you're probably at least a champ player. This is also known as no flipping, which is just a way to make freestyles look even cooler by canceling your flip, so it looks like you didn't even flip at all. If you've never heard of this, I'll leave a link down below to a montage by Mesco, and it's honestly one of the cleanest and most satisfying things you'll ever watch in Rocket League. Just like a normal freestyle spin, but you turn and spin in opposite directions, which makes your car look like a tornado. So this right here is Evample, who does some of the cleanest wave dash flicks I've ever seen, and they're just so beautiful and they're actually really effective, but just like most of the freestyles in this video, it's insanely hard to get down consistently. So this is where you wave dash on the ceiling before your normal ceiling shot. It's actually not that hard, and most players should be able to do this. Just like the last shot, you wave dash on the ceiling, but now you go into a ground pinch. One of the hardest shots to score in Rocket League, this is where you connect one wave dash into another or even several wave dashes before hitting your shot.